Another reading of Elsie Lincoln Benedict's book, How to Get Anything You Want. This is video number 44. We're going to dive right in, team. We're going to dive right in. It is 8:12 p.m. and I made a promise to myself to get in bed by 9 p.m. All right, we left off yesterday. We are still on lesson 3. Know what you want most. We are really getting clear on what we want. Get clear on what you want. Please get clear. Pick something. Pick something that you're working towards. What do you want? What do you truly want? Is it better health, better finances, better relationships with friends, family, loved ones? Do you want to feel more fulfilled doing work that you love? We're going to get into that right now. So, Elsie Lincoln Benedict was talking about how our subconscious mind knows what's up. She knows what's up, our subconscious mind. We cannot fool. We can talk all we want, but our deep emotions locked in the heart of our subconscious mind. Let's go over this. We haven't busted out the old mind model lately. Let's look at it, shall we? Let's look at it together. I'm going to show this too. I have a little bonus session here. Oh my God, you want to hear something fun? I remember because I used to study with Bob Proctor before he passed. And in one of, I think it was either the master class or one of the inner circle calls or matrix trainings that I was in. And he said, you know what? I remember somebody once told me that every human being only has one problem, just one problem. I don't know who taught him this, but he taught me this. I was laughing so hard. He goes, wait, let me try to do this in a cool way, like a reveal, like a reveal. Okay. He said that humans only have one problem. God, money, and sex. Isn't that funny? That's the truth. That's where we have all of our issues. Our issues stem from one problem, either with our understanding or misunderstanding of God, or our problems understanding God, money, issues with money, and issues with sex. Isn't that wild? We all got that one problem, y'all. All right. Back to got a little frog in my throat. Back to the mind. Yeah, I got some cool drawings. These are fun. Here we go. All right. So we're talking about the subconscious mind, right? We're talking about the mind in general, but we have a conscious thinking mind and a subconscious emotional or feeling mind. We cannot see the mind. The mind is pure energy. The mind cannot be x-rayed. The mind cannot be held, touched, seen, but the brain can. But the brain is the piece of anatomy in our skull that the mind is activated by. The brain itself, without the power of the mind, is just an inert piece of noodle tissue. Just like our lungs, without air, without breath, are nothing. You know, it's like there's the seen and the unseen. The seen piece of anatomy that we can see working and, our brain fire and wiring together. But what is activating the brain? It's the mind. What's activating the lungs? We can see them contracting and expanding. It's our breath, it's the air. But without air, our breath, our lungs would have nothing to do. Without our mind power, the brain would be doing nothing. Anyways, so this is an image of the mind that we use because we do not have an image of the mind. Remember. So this circle here represents the conscious thinking top part and the subconscious feeling part that we are not consciously aware of. It is below conscious level, subconscious. All right. This is otherwise known as we can feel in our physical body what is happening in our subconscious mind. So depending on what we consciously think about repetitively and bury in our subconscious mind, get emotionally involved with, it will go down into our physical body and we will act and we will get certain results in life. So we're talking about the subconscious mind, the heart of hearts. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Guard your heart, guard your mind with all your might, for all of life comes from it. There's a lot of sayings, and when you look at this, it makes sense. The ancient Greeks, the Egyptians knew that the subconscious mind, the psyche, the study of the soul or the spirit, was here in the subconscious mind. It was, our heart of hearts is not this beating sack in our chest. It's our emotional mind, our heart, our true heart that dictates our whole life. All right. So we're talking about the subconscious mind, the power of the subconscious mind. There's a great book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I highly recommend it. There's like free audio books on YouTube. Look it up. The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. I'll try to add in here. You know how like in YouTube videos, it's like, I'll put a link to that video and it like pops through. I've done that before, I think. I need to get it together with my YouTube game. I'll try to put Dr. Joseph Murphy's little video pop in here so you can just click on it and then save it and then come back here because don't you dare miss our session together, okay? And if you're on Facebook enjoying this, please hop over to YouTube and like and subscribe. We're quite the family over here. And I am here every day, y'all, every day, me and you. 2025 is our year. What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? We've already been in New York together this year. Where are we going to go next? I have some plans. I'm going to be going to Paris. I talked a little bit about that. I wonder how that's going to go. I committed to this every day. I'll be in Italy, going to go to Rome. Wow, we got some big places. I got some things on the docket. It's going to be very exciting, very interesting. Come along for the journey. Anyways, sidetracking here. So subconscious mind, we're talking about the subconscious, I'm sorry, the mind, the subconscious mind, our heart of hearts. This is what really dictates our life. If you've heard before Neville Goddard, if you're a Neville Goddard fan, the feeling is the secret, right? You become what you think about. It's right here. Your emotions, otherwise known, people call it your vibration, how you're vibing, your emotional state. And as we learned in lesson one, your predominant moods, how you feel most of the time, make your life. That's why it's so, so important to pay attention to how we feel. Again, not to diminish our emotional experience as human beings here, not to deny certain feelings because they're painful. All emotions, all feelings are welcome. However, which ones are we indulging, stuck in, and addicted to? We've all been through heartbreak. We've all experienced loss. And we know that there's different types of people. People who take the heartbreak, they get through it in any way they can, and they move on and they heal. And that looks different for everybody, and there's no judgment. It's everybody's journey. We can judge all we want, but it's none of our business. It's their soul's journey. But there's some people that have no desire to heal and they keep it alive and they go around and talking about it and using it. And they might not, they might be unconsciously doing it because they don't know how to get past it. And a lot of times, I used to do this a lot. I can still do it sometimes. I will judge people like, God, they're just total victim mode. But like, maybe some people don't know how to be any other way. And I just pray for them. And I have boundaries. I don't like to be around those types of people. But what do I know? What if that's their life's journey? Who am I to judge? Anywho, back to the subconscious mind. Okay, subconscious mind here. She's saying your subconscious mind will organize, arrange, and ultimately contact for you whatever is necessary to the accomplishment of any deep desire. So this is what she's saying. I don't know if you saw that video when I was talking to Bob on Zoom in one of the classes, and I said, Bob, like we're co-creators with the universe, with God. Like, how much work do I really have to do? And how much work does God do, right? Like, when do I stop and God start? Like, what's the divide? Is it like a 50-50 job here? Is it like a 80-20? What are we working with? And Bob pointed out, it's actually on here on my YouTube. Check out the playlist. It's under maybe Bob Proctor, I don't know. But anyways, in the video, he erases this bottom part, which I love. So this is just open, right? Can you imagine? Actually, I don't know if I've drawn it like that before. I do it a lot on my, when I'm drawing with my iPad in my classes. Let's see. You know what? Let's make one right now, team. How about that? Because I have one for the kids. Like this is an example of when we're infants and children. See, we don't even have this top conscious thinking part. We don't have the ability to think for ourselves. We're just open hearts and everything goes into our subconscious mind. We're programmed from birth. But let's go ahead and draw this together. Let me get I'm using this today, my feather pen. I threw behind my desk and now it's back there again. So we'll see when I crawl down there. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so this is your conscious thinking mind. I'll do like a little okay, let's imagine this. Let's imagine this. Conscious, subconscious. Okay. You'll get the picture with this. Enjoy. Okay. Wow, that smells, that Sharpie pen. Okay. So this is really how it is. You think in your conscious thinking mind, and it goes down into your subconscious mind and it really goes out. That's when people feel your vibes. Like when you allow it to drop into your heart and get feels for it, catch feelings, right? Get emotionally involved with something, it goes right out into the universe. You can feel what people are thinking. This is what it really looks like. You think something, you get emotionally involved, and it just goes right out. And our vibration, our emotional state is our attraction point. Whatever we're like the state of emotion we're in is what the algorithm will get more of. Um, Consistently, right? Just because we are experiencing a tragedy or a loss, it's like, hellfire isn't going to come on us because we're in a bad vibe. It's like, I think you know what I mean. Our predominant moods that we keep whipping up on our own. Okay. So she's saying your subconscious mind will organize, arrange, and ultimately contact for you whatever is necessary. Okay. So your subconscious mind will go out and it'll grab like attracts like. So whatever's in your subconscious mind, it goes out and it's going to gather some friends and bring it right on back to you. It's going to attract it back. So your heart, your emotions is your magnet. When they talk about the law of attraction, we've all heard that, right? And it's very real. But that is a secondary law. The law of attraction is actually an effect. It's not a causal level. We don't work with the law of attraction. We experience the law of attraction. We work at the law of vibration. The law of vibration is a primary law. That's what we're working with. The law of vibration. How are we vibing? How are we feeling? And the law of vibration states that you will attract what you're vibrating at. So you don't have to try to attract anything. The only thing, if we're speaking in these terms, that you have to try to work at is your vibration, is your emotional state. And this is what this whole book is about. Again, we're going through this. I don't know if I mentioned this is video number 44. And we are reading this whole book together, studying it. I'm sharing stories. If you've missed any of the previous videos, there's a playlist here on YouTube. Be sure to listen to all of them. And I'm just having a ball. And there's a lot of other playlists, but catch all the other readings because we're starting with really the law of vibration she talks about in lesson 1. It's your predominant moods make your life. Your predominant moods will attract to you exactly what your mood and vibing out. That's why it behooves us to try to look for the positive, try to transmute, be the alchemist of our emotional state. Even if someone is a big ding dong, are we going to say some jerk cut you off on the freeway? They made you mad. Yeah, that's really disappointing. That really sucks. Are you going to carry it with you all day? For what? Then they're winning. That you might as well just sit behind them and have them cut you off all day because that's what you keep the greatest hits of being pissed all day, right? And there's a sick addiction to that. We are pumped all day with anger. What's it called when people are offended, right? Something to be very upset, angry, and offended. And the worst part is it's true. There's a lot of things out there that are offensive, that are shocking, that are not right, that are wrong. People do things that they're not kind. And but there's also people that do things that are very kind. So what are we focusing on? Whatever we focus on, we get more of. I loved this so much just right now. I mean, I've spoken about it before, but I always say that. Okay. But when people talk about the red pill, the blue pill, the matrix, I have to calm my face down because I can get very heated about that topic, about the matrix. Oh, the matrix is getting you, get out of the matrix. Listen, Linda, you're the matrix. There is no matrix out here. You are the matrix. We all have our individual matrices. There is no matrix out there. If you're experiencing a matrix, it's because of you, boo. It's you. It's because of your thoughts, feelings, actions, and everything you're getting involved with. I even went so far as to look up where is this word matrix? It actually derives from the word mother or womb. In the womb of your own subconscious mind, do you birth your matrix, your individual matrix? If you don't like what matrix is happening in your life, you have to change the way you're thinking, you're feeling, and you're acting, period. No one, and like, so this is the truth. When people say they blame the matrix or they're angry at the matrix, that is such a victim mode mentality. There is no matrix doing anything to you. You're doing it to yourself, 100%. So I brought this up because Gary Vee was talking about, and we just talked about it the other day. Remember when I said, pick up your phone, pick up your phone, go to your, whether you have Instagram, whether you have TikTok, probably even on Facebook, on Reels, whatever Reels you're being shown and posts you're being shown. It's because they're showing you what you're engaging with. Okay. And if you go to your, see, I love this. So here, let me make sure this is all the way up. Okay. So this is my Instagram. I just opened it up. And this is the post that I see right when I open up my Instagram. Everything is shifting in ways we haven't seen for a very long time. Like, whatever. That's like a spiritual post. But you go to your, and this is what pops up. So click on the first top left. What does it say? It has a curse word. Might F around and quantum leap into the highest version of myself. Okay, then you just scroll. What's the next one? It says, me when I realize I'm a cosmic divine goddess worthy of all the love I desire. See, like, let's just go live through my algorithm. This is my matrix that I have created for myself, at least on Instagram. It's just beautiful. Look at that. Cool. It's disappearing in the green screen. How fun. Your potential is a mirror of your belief in it. Look at this. It's just so fun. I'm loving this. So um, this is my matrix. This is my feed. Remember, when they talk about your feed feeds you. Your feed is feeding you. So with every like, with every engagement, with every comment you make, the algorithm gives you more of that because you're engaging with it. You're getting emotionally involved with it. Okay? This is the algorithm. Your emotions is the algorithm. The more you engage with it, the more you engage with it, right? Where's my drawing? We just did one together, y'all. Here it is. Okay. So the more we engage with it, it's being sent out and it's going to get more posts like that or more experiences or more people like that and bring it right back to you. So when you keep engaging with something, it's going to attract it back to you because you get back what you put out. So Gary Vee was saying, "Oh, let's just watch it." And you know what? I realized that this doesn't really play the audio. It kind of cuts it off. How do you find? Let's see. Was it on Gary? This is just too good to be true. Darn it. Here it is. Okay, let me put my microphone here. Hopefully you guys can hear this. It's so good. Let me turn it up first.
Algorithm isn't making you depressed. The algorithm isn't red or blue pilling you. You motherfuckers, you're not accountable. The algorithm is you. Once and for all, I'm putting this to bed. Stop fucking blaming social. The algorithm is exposing you. You are the algorithm. Here's my feed. Luca, Grammy News, sports, business, sleeping. Big shout out Mel Robbins. Next, business. Knicks. Let's go fucking Josh Hart. Next, trading cards. Next, fucking exercise soft tissue. If you don't like your algorithm, go to TikTok and Instagram right now. Go to search, type in New York Jets and like 4 to 5 Jets posts. Then type in wine and type 4 to 5 wine posts. And then put in trading cards and click 4 or 5. Tell me what your algorithm looks like tomorrow. Enough. I just showed you. It's you.
I love that. Well, apologies for the curse words. I mean, of course, he just loves to do that. But it's true. If you don't like what is popping up on your For You page or on your algorithm on your feed, don't get mad at it. Like the world is going to garbage and the world is going to crap. I love when I open up. I truly curate. I curate my feed because I am aware that my feeds me. Okay. So think about the world, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, your timeline, illusion, whatever, is truly being created for you. Every thought, every emotion that you have, one at a time, day by day. And so it can be hard when we're stuck in an algorithm or a matrix that we were unconsciously aware was happening. It was like because of other people that we surrounded ourselves with, friends and family. We just started jumping in their algorithm and their search engines and stuff. But you have a choice. So just like Gary Vee said, literally, if you go onto your social media, type in stuff that you like cute puppies, like 5 posts, hot men or hot women, like 5 posts, fun recipes, healthy recipes, like 5 posts. Then look at your algorithm in a couple days and see what starts popping up. You're not going to be getting that same old trash or people arguing or political posts or news posts, whatever you want to get away from. It will eliminate for your lack of attention and engagement. That is exactly like our life. So just know that you are the creator of your experience. Again, not every single thing that happens in the world is your responsibility, but your response and your thoughts and your emotions and how you perceive it and process it is all you. There is no lifeline where tragedy doesn't happen, that things aren't going to, we're not going to struggle and we're not going to go through growing opportunities. That's on every experience. I don't care if you think you're going to fly off into the 5D and to like heaven on earth. Ain't going to happen. Sorry. Come at me, bro. It's not going to happen. If you're in a physical body, you live in a world of duality. If you're going to blast off this planet, you're going to drop this meat suit and we will never see you again. Thank you. Goodbye. But like, seriously, in this universe, you will always experience resistance because that's what duality is. If there is good, there will be bad. If there is light, there will be dark. We cannot escape it. Of course, I believe that the goal is to reach all light and oneness. That is a whole nother topic that I don't think we're really ready for, because if we wanted to leave this world of duality and just go to oneness, we would cease to exist. Truly, we would not be individual anymore. And we secretly love that. If you want to challenge yourself or ask you that, would you be willing to give up everything and think of the person you hate the most, the person that you hate the most? Are you willing to be one with them? Because that's what it means. 100%. All light and love, totally one. There's no separation. It's all love and oneness with every country in the world, with every personality and political party and affiliation, just being total one with them. Are you ready for that? If you are, I would like to take your masterclass. We're human. We have preferences. And so back to the topic at hand, when it comes to what we're getting emotionally involved with it in our subconscious mind, we're putting it out and we're getting it back. So whatever you're allowing yourself to engage with, any thought, any emotion, any music, anything out here or anything in here that you are allowing yourself to get involved with and engage with, you will get more of, period. So if you have felt like a victim to the world, like a victim to your life, like, God, everything's going to crap. We can't get any eggs, right? Which cracks me up. Look, when there's something important, I pay attention. Call me silly, but like I remember it was a couple years ago and I live in California and the gas prices were like $7, like insanity. But and I saw it, but at the end of the day, I needed gas. And I'm very grateful that I had a job that I could fill my tank up. That there were times when I couldn't fill it up all the way, but I got enough gas to get to where I needed to go. I didn't get mad. I didn't get angry. I didn't like it just was what it was. All I can do is vote and advocate and do my best, but I'm going to get gas. But because of my mindset around that, I wasn't even bothered. I didn't really even look. I didn't notice. But that's what's happening. Well, here at least, like with eggs, like I wasn't even aware of like egg things. Like God bless everybody who's suffering. But the checkout person was like, "There's your $9 eggs." This was a few weeks ago, and I was like, I didn't even get it. I don't even know what he was saying. I was like, I have a grocery list. I get my groceries every week, and I'm grateful that I can pay for my groceries. If something has gone up skyrocket, like it wasn't enough for me to notice, and I earn my money. I work very hard for my money, and I'm grateful for anything that I can get. If I walk up and there weren't any eggs, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to get something else. I'm not going to get emotionally involved in anger and start blaming people. Of course, there are times where you take action and stand up for things, but my mental health and my peace of mind ain't going down for some expensive eggs. Okay? You might see it differently, and it's your prerogative, and I will respect that. But I've been in dark places when it comes to my mental health that I don't fuck with that. I don't with this stuff that ends up passing. In a year, will we still be yelling about this? No, we'll be yelling about something else. There will always be something, but I'll tell you this one will always be at peace, regardless. Okay. I think about people who are in worse situations where they, like Viktor Frankl. I use this all the time. Man's Search for Meaning. The most atrocious situations physically, entire family murdered, stripped of everything. And yet he knew that he was beaten and abused and treated horribly. He kept his peace of mind because that's the only thing at the end of the day he had. Think about that. Everything was horribly wrong. I mean, he had all the right to be angry and mad and upset and sad, and I'm sure he was. However, what was his anchor? What kept him alive? And how many people has he helped because of that mindset? It's extremely powerful. But so this is where we find ourselves, most of us, living from the outside in, the present results, the gas prices, the egg prices, our job, our boss, our current weight on the scale, our lack of money. We let this dictate our lives. We focus on the present results. Now, I know this can sound delusional, like, Carla, what kind of gibberish are you talking? We have been programmed and it's not working. It's not working. Look at the state of the world. Look at people, mental health crisis, opioid crisis. Like, it's not working. It's not working. Focusing on present results is not working. This is not what creates. If we focus on present results, especially if they're bad, it leads to thoughts, which are bad too, which leads to feelings that aren't good. They're bad, which leads to more results. And it's this vicious cycle when we live from the outside in, when we focus on present results, when we allow this to be the starting point. No, this is how we are learning to live from the inside out. We start with our own thoughts and ideas. We choose. No matter what's going on out here, we choose. So, for example, no matter what's going on with the gas prices or the egg prices or whatever, I'm choosing how I'm going to think about it, which will dictate my own feelings, my own actions, the results that I'm choosing because I'm choosing all of this. And I remain in control when I do this. Here, if the gas prices are low, I'm in a good mood. But if they're not, I'm in a bad mood. So you're playing Russian roulette. Because even when people live from the outside in, sometimes I might be good, but sometimes it might be bad. I can't afford that. And I find when people don't agree with some things I say, you haven't been there yet, boo. You haven't been rock bottom. You haven't been broke. You have when you realize that you aren't going to mess with, you're not going to allow your emotional state or anything that happens out here to throw you off your center because you've realized how precious center is. It can seem like you are not taking things seriously, that you don't care, that you are being flippant or avoidant or passive. But there's nothing I can share, and I don't care to convince people otherwise because the truth will come out. Life will always teach us this lesson to not allow the outside world to mess with us. And it's a privilege to be pissed. It's a privilege, it really is. So, anyways, haven't read at all. Look at me just going on this lecture. Okay, let's read a little bit and we'll wrap it up. All right. So she's saying the subconscious mind will organize everything. Your subconscious mind will work its way out to get you everything that you need when you truly want something. It is also for this reason that we should all find the vocation in life work we truly love. Love what you do. Because if you don't, it's not going to work out for you. If we drive ourselves into that for which we have no liking, all the training, experience, and forced effort in the work will never make us produce anything worthwhile. If we goad ourselves day after day to work at something that we hate, we are pushing ourselves uphill with the brakes on. Eventually, the thwarted great one within us takes its revenge. Ill health, failure, nagging, unhappiness, and premature death are some of the penalties we pay. Our deep subconscious desires are not to be lightly ignored. So, whatever it is that you truly want, don't think that it's just some fancy dream that you had when you were 7 years old. It's literally your deepest parts of you trying to manifest an idea, a dream, a vision that you had. And when we're children, we are not ashamed or embarrassed or fearful that we can't get what we dream of, right? We just dream. And even if we don't get it, we just still dream. But when we get older, we start to feel let down. We start to feel disappointed. We start to be fearful and bitter and jaded. So really know what you want most and take it seriously. It's your compass, it's your guide. It's guiding you if you feel lost, especially. All right. Rule number 29. The above rule can be applied to persons as well as to work, to places, and to everything we think we want. If you are engaged to marry someone and are often irritated when it comes time to dress for him or her, better wait a while. This irritation, especially if it has existed for some time, and more especially if it grows worse instead of less, it's a danger signal, red flag. If the one to whom you are engaged has several times postponed the wedding day for what she felt were good reasons, she does not deeply love you. If you were relieved each time this happened, the growing indifference is mutual. If something always comes up to make it impossible for you to keep your appointments with a certain person, you subconsciously want to avoid that person. If things interfere only enough to make you late, you are not enthusiastic. That's so true. Think about like if you've had like acquaintances or like old friends that, it's nice to be friendly, but like you really don't want to go to lunch with them. You guys really don't want to go out. You'd rather just stay in. And someone cancels and says, "Oh my gosh, something came up." You're like, "Oh my God, thank God." It's like you guys really didn't want to do it anyway. Like, so that's what she's saying. It's so important to pay attention to our true feelings behind things. You will recall how easily it is to be early when we are to meet those we love the most, how we make preparations far in advance, planning what we will wear, getting everything ready, even laying it out so that we will not delay. All this effort and at preparation comes actually without effort, doesn't it? So she's saying when you really want to do something and you're excited, you clear your schedule out. You lay your clothes out, you're ready to go. You're up, you have butterflies, you're early. But things that you don't really want to do, it's like you run late. I found this, oh my gosh, all the time. Almost every job I had, except my therapy job, to be honest. So I bartended for years. Um, I was late all the time. All the time. Hello. If I knew this back then, I mean, I already knew I didn't want to work there, but still, I'm shocked that I didn't get fired. God bless every manager that I had. I was a silly goose. I charmed them. I really did. But I was late all the time, and I would always find it like there was always a trash truck in front of me. Like, even when I set my alarm to be early, I would still be late. Even if I arrived early, I would like leave to go get a coffee and then I would come back and be late. It was terrible because deep down, subconsciously, I didn't want to be there, you know? Um, but when I started like my therapy jobs, I was always on time or early. That's funny. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, think about that next time you have like a family gathering or a wedding or like we prioritize things. That's why, and it's unconscious because like, I was gonna say that's when you know how people feel about you, like how they prioritize you. But again, it's more about them than you. So if like someone's always late to like meetings with me, it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with them, but it has to do with them and how they feel about the situation that we're in, right? And it's just like it's their work, not mine, but it's something to pay attention to, just like we talked about yesterday with the boss who has an employee that's always late. It's like that boss got to let that person go because that person's heart's not in it and it's going to cause problems and delays and all that kind of stuff. So think about that with people in your life. Are they on time? Do they miss? Ooh, this happened. Ooh, this happened a few years ago now. Somebody I was collaborating with. One time they were late. Well, one time they came like hungover. And I was like, oh, that's disappointing. And then the second time they were late again and came hangover. I was like, what is this? And like, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, I'm not going to work with this person. Um, and they were not aware. I'm not going to be the one to tell them because it wasn't that serious, but it was just disappointing, but it is what it is. Like they're on their journey. But I'm just not going to work with people like that. That's unfortunate. I was probably that person too. All my 20s disappointing people, not even aware of it, right? Anywho, all right. I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a little bit of our book today, but lessons nonetheless that have to do with this. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you missed any of the previous recordings, there is a playlist here, Elsie, Lincoln, Benedict's How to Get Anything You Want. Thank you so much for all of your engagement, your comments. Let me know how this is going for you, what you think, and all of that jazz. And I will see you tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful evening.